Alright. Now, we will continue with the rigging. So this is our character for now. It looks kind of nice. In Eevee render even, looks fine. Let's see it in cycles. In cycles it disappeared. Obviously we have to wait a little bit. Or it really disappeared in cycles. Why did it... I have to move it probably. No, it's... What? It disappeared in cycles. Okay, I give up. I don't know what happens. Do we have a camera, by the way? Let's see render. Ah, it's here. But the face is gone. Only the hair is here. Maybe I clicked somewhere to hide the emitter or something. I'm not sure what I did, but it's pretty interesting now. It looks kind of cute, by the way. I like it. I kind of like it. But it's very frustrating that it's not here. We can select it. But it's basically non-existent. Maybe I have to restart Blender. I haven't restarted in a few... Maybe in 2 weeks or more. I'm not sure. But whatever. Let's go to the normal view here on the top. Or press Z and go to solid. If we go to render, this is the render view. We go to solid with Z. So, or we go here, up here, in those few balls that we see. And we are ready to rig. So, how to rig? First, we want is to put a bone inside the mouse. Inside the mouse. No, not in that way. We will put it inside where the pelvis is. So inside the, but no, it's we will put it. I will show you. Let me show you. It will be easier. Yeah. So I press 1, and this is the front view. I don't want that. I want 3, which is the side view, which is good. I will zoom in with my scroll wheel, and I rotated the camera. So I will press 3 again, and then I will shift and middle mouse button to put it here. So now what I want is to create an armature. So shift A to add armature. Okay, press it, and now we have armature. We don't see it though, because we are from the side view. It's here, but we don't see it. Let's go to this square, the orange square in here, and visibility, no visibility, viewport display, and click in front. And now we see it. This is the bone. So the bone has the beginning, it has an end. We can select the beginning, we can select the end, but the idea here is to not touch anything. Just select the bone. It's selected. When you create it, it's already selected, and press tab to go to edit mode. When we go to edit mode, now we can select the top part. We can G move it. We can select the bottom part, move it with G, and we can select the whole bone and move it with G, which is great. We can also scale the bone, we can also rotate the bone. But the idea here is to, if you don't have a numpad, of course you have to go tilde, and right, or 3 on the numpad, and you will go to the side mode. It's very important to be on the side, because we don't want to move this bone on any other axis than Z axis for now. Z or Y axis, but not on X axis. We don't want it to go left or right. We want to go only down or back and forward, but we don't want it to go left and right, because when we go to symmetry, we want this bone to be exactly in the middle. So from the side view, I can press G and move it. It will go only back and forward. It will not go anywhere. So what I want to do, I want to select the whole bone, scale it down because it's too big, and G, press it around here, where the pelvis is, around the pelvis area. So yeah, I can zoom in a little bit more with shift and middle mouse button to move it, and then we have it here. I will move this a little bit down, so I can scale it like this by moving just the top part with G and move, and I think this is it. So let's press Alt Z to see where exactly are the endings of the legs. So it's I think this is the place. So then we will extrude. It's very simple. I mean, most of the controls are the same as the hard surface that we are doing here. So with E, we extrude. So E, and then just move the mouse up, and we have a spine. Then again with E, we have another which will be the beginning of the neck. Then we press E again, this will be the neck, and then we'll press E and make the head. Yeah, of course, this doesn't look like head, but it's a bone that will be attached, that the head will be attached to this bone particularly. So it's fine. Now we have made all the bones that are in the middle. This is the spine and the head. The other bones should be not in the middle. So we go press 1 on the keyboard, on the numpad keyboard, or we press the tilde key and then press front. And now we're from the side view. Now, I have to remember how to do this, but it's not very difficult. So now we have to extrude from here. So this is our the area of the collarbone. So we'll extrude from here. Extrude one on the side around this, and most of the time we want to detach it. In this case, I don't want to detach it. I will just leave it like this. And in this case, we can start to rotate and everything. But since my point of rotation obviously is gone, I will press the del on the numpad, which is the dot on the numpad, and then I will zoom out a little bit, and we are here. And now I can rotate over this. And then from there, we can go down, and here, just extrude with E, and then with G, move it, and make sure you rotate it from front and from the other place, so you can see where it's going. And I kind of will go a little bit up, because I want the elbow to be this, not the elbow here on the thin arm that's not visible, but the elbow on our sweater. And then I will go E and again on the wrist. Of course, we have to press G and move it exactly inside the wrist. So make sure you are inside, not from one point of view you are inside, from the other point you are like this. So from here we look, it's inside, yeah, no problem, but from here it's not. So you make sure with G to move it inside, exactly. And I advise you, like I told you, I advise you already to go to start using those shortcuts, not to use this, for example, and try to move it from, with this it will be difficult, especially when you are in a very awkward positions. So that's why I advise you to just use the G. Select the end of the bone and use the G to move it. Then we'll make a bone with E and just move. We'll make this bone will be for the hand. And then for the fingers, we'll do this. Let me show you. E to extrude. Then select this bone, just this bone, and we want to detach it. Let's see how to detach it. Alt P, I think, was disconnect bone. Yes. No, this is not a good idea. We will remove the parent-child relationship between selected bones and their parents. Okay, I don't want that. Let's go right mouse button. When I don't remember the shortcuts, I press right mouse button, and sometimes I kind of see it. So P and separate bones. Let's try that. Okay, this is not good. This is not a good idea. So press X to delete this, and let's do this again. Press E, because it just makes it a separate bone here, a separate mesh. We don't want that. We want everything in the skeleton to be one. So I will select it again and press Alt P and try to disconnect bone, and then I will move it with G, and it's fine. It's still connected to everything with this kind of a dot line here, so it's fine. And we'll continue. So Alt P is important shortcut in this case. You probably will not remember it. When I saw a tutorial about this once, I then had to watch it twice and then a third time. So you probably will go back to this one, which is absolutely normal. And yeah, you don't have to remember it for on your first try. You can always come back when you decide to rig another character. Come back and see the shortcuts, see how it's done. It's absolutely normal. Nobody can remember it from scratch. It's always a good idea to watch it a few times. And when you do this like 3 or 4 times, you will start to kind of memorize it. So Shift D, I select those two bones, Shift D, and I kind of put them in position, rotate with R. Maybe I can just with G put them from the side view, and then from the top view I also want them to be in position. From the bottom, from the front, also very important here. So they have to be in the middle of our fingers, around the middle, maybe a little bit more up, but mostly in the middle. And this could go a little bit further back. It will be the knuckle and then this. And if you have more, of course, you can always do it with more. So this I do, R to rotate, but this is not a good idea. So I will go with like this, G. Here, let's go G up and G. Okay, it's very important to rotate constantly to see it from all angles, to have a better idea where you put your dots. Okay, and then let's do the thumb. Control D or Shift D, not Control D, Shift D, and then R, rotate, G to move it. Because this thumb, I think it could use a little bit, one more phalange or one more thing, but we'll see. So now, rotate it, put it here, and we can split or subdivide this on two. So right click, subdivide is the first one, subdivide, and it subdivides at once. So behind me, just behind me here, you will see here one, because we subdivided it once. If we want, we can press 2 or more here on this this box, and it will separate it at more. But now we want just one, and it's okay. And I will use this and put it around here, and this will be here like this. This is so we can move the thumb from here. To move it, basically, you cannot see. Yes, from this we can move it like this. If we put only those, we will not be able to move it. We will be able to move it just from here. And I wanted to move it like this. This phalange I want. That's why I put it here. Yeah, I know I'm smart. It's amazing, yeah, the best. Okay. We continue. And voila. French? I don't know. Voila. We say voila sometimes here in Bulgaria even. No, we don't, basically. Sometimes I say it, because I've watched some films, movies, French. Yeah, cool. By the way, it's very interesting now. On every channel, news channel, people are talking about war. Russia, between Russia and NATO and USA and everything. But in art-related groups or something, nobody is saying anything. People are showing their art, showing some courses, making some courses. This is this, this is that, and everything is just like, we are not living in this world, we artists. I don't know what's happening. But we are living in this world. So extrude this so we can have the leg, and then from here we can extrude a leg. This will be, by the way, the legs probably will not move them, but I just want to show you that we can make them easily like this. And then G, oops, no, not G, E to extrude, E to extrude, put it on the heel, and then from the heel, is it on the heel? Yeah. From the heel we extrude with E once, put it here. Ooh, 14 minutes already we are making this. So I'm pretty slow. And then we extrude it again here. Hopefully my slowness will kinda make it more understandable for you. That's the idea. Because this skeleton has to be done for 10 minutes or less. Now, how we can continue? Let's see. We have to first select only the bones that are on the side like this, and with shift we can select those. So I made this kind of a selection, and then we have to disable this, and with shift I select those bones too. So all the bones that are on one side. Then we right click and see you have symmetrize here, but don't press it. First we have to do something with names, because symmetrize most likely will not work if you press it. And you will say, but why is it not working? Let me show you why. Because I watched the course or the tutorial about this, and I say, okay, symmetrize now, and nothing happened. What's happened? And then I have to watch it again to see that first we have to go to names and auto name left right. And when we press this, it will auto name obviously left and right. And now we can right click and symmetrize, and it should work. But only after you auto name left right. Yeah. And now comes the fun part. We press tab to go out of this mode. We select, let me see now, if we select first the skeleton and then we select I think we select first the mesh and then we select the skeleton, and then right click and parent with automatic weights. So let me say again, we will try that. If it's not correct, we'll see. But first select the mesh, then select the skeleton. So the skeleton will be the last selected. And then we press parent, right click, go to parent, and then with automatic weights. And we press it. And should be good. Let's see if it is. So I select the skeleton. Then I will go to Control Tab. And Control Tab, when you select the skeleton, it will automatically move you from object to pose mode. So pose mode will be the mode where we will kinda do our poses. And we see we are okay with this. So yes, I was right. First select the mesh, then select the skeleton. You can select multiple meshes, but the last select the skeleton and then make it apparent, because the last selected mesh is basically, if you have a group of selected meshes, the last one you selected is the active mesh, and you make it apparent to the others. Basically, it took me a little bit to understand that. Maybe I'm stupid, I don't know, but basically I started to get it a little bit. Yeah, because as I told you, I work with Blender for very actively for a month and something now. Not more than a month and something. Yeah, like 35 days, maybe something like that. But before that, I was working with Blender from now or then. So I kind of used to it. But constantly working, making a lot of characters, making even characters for my work that are important because therefore they're paying me like salary. So yeah, those things I started just a month and a half ago. So less than a half. So I still have some things, but this is very good because I understand beginners, because I was a beginner just a few weeks ago, though not exactly a beginner, but yeah. But since I'm a 3D artist for a long time and I kind of work with 3D programs for many years, decade and a half or more. So yeah. So we select the sweater. Now we go out of pose mode with Control Tab. We select the sweater. Come on, select the sweater. Okay. And select the skeleton if we can. So select the sweater. It will be easier if I select the sweater and then select the skeleton here with Shift. And now again, parent with automatic weights. And now the sweater is also selected. I will select also this, the pocket, select the skeleton and parent with automatic weight. So now I rigged even this. Let me rig also the hood. Why not? Select the skeleton and not snap, parent with automatic weights. So you see, I rigged all those things. I can rig the whole head. I will show you to this, because now if we go to the skeleton, let me show you what's happening, and Control Tab to go to pose mode. Of course, with Control Tab you can go to pose mode, but you also can select the skeleton, and from here you can go to pose mode, which is a little bit more And now if I move this, you see, nothing except a little bit of hood is moving, because we haven't attached the head. And the head is multiple objects, but we can easily attach it. Let me show you. Let's get out of pose mode with Control Tab and select the head objects. Those are all the head objects, I think. And then select the skeleton here. Okay, I didn't select it. So I shift and then I try to select. Oh, now I selected it. And now parent with automatic weights. We wait a little bit, and now if we go to the skeleton and Control Tab to go to pose mode and see what happens. Ooh, what is this button do? No. It looks a little bit weird, but if you play with it and kind of do this, or, you know, I'm pressing R to rotate. By the way, when we move, I haven't selected this, by the way. So yeah, if we want to cancel the rotation, so I've rotated this bone, I can press Alt R will cancel all rotations, and it will be straight as it was. Okay. And yeah, relax pose to break down some things, but let's go back to object mode, select this and the skeleton, and of course parent and with automatic weights. And now when we go to the skeleton and Control Tab to go to our pose mode, we can now rotate, and everything will rotate, including the glasses, which is great. But also you can go to this, the gizmo, and rotate the head, move it forward. This is a little bit strange because I'm scaling it, but rotation is good. We can even make it look like this. Hello, I am here. Wow, I'm alive. I can watch. I can... Oh, what a beautiful world. By the way, see, the glasses are starting to kind of get messy, because the weights are not exactly... I mean, this bone that I'm moving, it's not connected 100% to the border of the glasses. They are connected a little bit to something else. So that's why it's doing these things. Because with automatic weights, we can go to weight painting and paint the weight to this bone, but we will not do this kind of stuff for now. Let's Alt R to remove all rotations. And we can start the pose in the next video. This video was only for rigging. It's already rigged. So let's see. Yes, we can move the hand. Hello everybody. How are you? I'm doing it only with rotation. Hello. Let's see it from here. We can... my hand is in my head. What's happening? I will grab my brain now. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I know. It's pretty much fun. I mean, this is the character that you have done. You have modeled it. You have do a lot of it, and now you can move it. It just I'm so excited. I mean, in ZBrush you can kind of do something like this, but it's not that intuitive, not that fast. This is pretty fast, pretty intuitive, and it's magic. You just with automatic weights, and it just rigged what's happening, and it's kind of nice. I mean, it's cool. So Control Z, because we will post it in the next video, like I said, and see you in the next video where we will post it. Yes, baby.